Well, I didn't know about this particular environmental issue. Mind you, the Great Lakes have been, unfortunately, the victim of Canadian and American use in so many ways that I'm surprised we still have them at all instead of just dried up husks that decided to stop harboring life. Anyways, that said, the comedy aspect of this particular presentation, Craig, is absolutely funny as all hell. That said, Nathan, thank you very much for being there for the presentation and getting yourself involved. I am very happy that you really didn't get injured by any Asian silver carp. It's possibly the only time that uh, no animals were harmed during this particular production. Would not be a welcome sign to use, especially if it's a not a predatory, but what they call a very aggressive species that takes over the local environment. Look at cane toads in Australia. Look at certain other species that we have across Canada and the US. There were, unfortunately, brought by various means of transportation available to us for global transportation. Fire ants, for example, in your case, in the United States. In Canada, there's also in the Great Lakes, I think it's bigmouth bass, which was not a species that actually existed until it got brought over by, how can I put it, interested fishermen to find something that they could actually fish without having too much of an issue. Same goes with what we commonly call here in New Brunswick as the rainbow trout. Um, it's not a species that is from New Brunswick. It's actually from Europe. Species were brought here and there. Unfortunately, they're kind of stuck because of our own actions. That said, it still doesn't change that the little pice, not pice, but fish in question that are affecting the Great Lakes need to be controlled. Well, I'm happy that the Army Corps of Engineers decided to build an electric fence and then dump naturally occurring pesticides, I think is what it is. I needed to do some research on it. Your actual presentation shows rotenone pyrethrin as the name, but based on what I've found, there are two separate pesticide insecticides. Same class, naturally occurring, but still toxic up to a certain degree if they're in high quantities. At least for the lethal toxicity for 50% of what they test, anyways. Mostly on rats, some on mice. Anyways, have a nice one.